How's it going today, guys? Today we're gonna be talking about the Trickster. Now, I have done a previous video talking about the Trickster and his power. Um, and I basically had a few ideas back in the back when he was in the PTB. So I have a few different ideas on how to fix him now, since he's worse than he was before. And I don't know how the devs were like, yeah, this this is what we're gonna do. This is perfect. This is how it should be. This is how you should use it. Yeah. So I don't know how this even got through, like, what, seven doors in the company, so it would be released, because like they have like phases where like they'll pitch them an idea, one person will take it and they'll be like, oh yeah, go ahead, go through that door and go through the next phase or whatever. So I don't know how this got to live servers. I don't even know how this got to I don't know how this got to live servers. And even if it was dog in the PTB, I don't even know how it got to live servers. But anyway, let's I'll shut up. Let us talk about the Trickster. So, first of all, I'm going to explain why Trickster's garbage, and then I'm going to explain how to fix his garbageness. So, the first part, there's 4 things, right? The first one is speed. The second one is his main event, which these two are kind of the same. His third one is his laceration, and his fourth one, I don't think really many people really realize is really making the Trickster much worse, but it is. And that's his aiming. His aiming with his knives. So I want to start with the aiming, because not a lot of people realize why this makes him worse than if his aim was better. All right, so I want to give you an example, right? Imagine you hit a survivor, right? Every single time with a knife. So it takes exactly 8 knives to take him down. Like, you don't miss a single shot. In a chase, right? You would most likely win that chase super fast, right? And the problem with this aiming system they have for him is so garbage is because I don't know what it is. It's just like this weird... I'll put a clip up in a second. But basically, this is how his knives work. So for the first 3 knives, they're the most accurate. Then for the 4th or 5th knife, his knives start doing this. So imagine this is where I'm aiming on the screen or on the in the game, right? So the first 3 knives, boom, boom, boom. Now for the rest. That's literally what they do. They literally go left to right, and they go up because of recoil. They do this weird strafing thing, and I don't know why the devs added this, but it makes him so... It's not like crazy like how I showed it, but it's weird, and I don't know why they added it. Now, I believe when you turn, it's decreased a little bit, but it's still there. So I'm gonna put a clip up right now. Okay. So so you saw how weird it was, and I wasn't moving my mouse at all. I was not moving my mouse. I can even prove it and I'll prove it in maybe my next Trickster video. I will prove that I was not moving my mouse and it was doing that. It was doing that weird strafing crap. So, a way to fix this killer is the aim for the killer is to get rid of the strafing thing, the weird strafing thing it has. And if you notice, if you haven't tested this out, I have. So if you go up to a locker, right? There's 2 doors, right? Let me do it towards the camera. There's 2 doors, right? Now, say you throw your knives. Say you have your knives, right? You throw one. The right hand. The right hand will hit the left door. The right hand will hit the right door if you're almost perfectly centered to the locker. If you're centered to the locker, The left one will hit the left door, and the right one will hit the right door. They will never be they will never go to the same spot. Now they go to the same spot for the hands, but they don't go like a diamond sort of. So they have like their own. There's like two crosshairs. There's kind of like two invisible crosshairs. For the trickster. So I think a way to fix this is to maybe decrease that strafe recoil and make the two crosshairs a little bit wider, because I think that would help just a little bit. So instead of you just looking straight and it hits, you kind of do like this weird turn with your camera. I think that would help with the aiming. And keep the upwards recoil, because if there's no recoil or strafe at all, then he'll just be too strong. But keep the upwards recoil so they keep pulling down on their mouse and whatnot. Next, I said a solution. Next, let's talk about his laceration meter. Now, his laceration meter is garbage. The reason it's garbage is because his laceration meter goes down like in the first 10 seconds. Like if you hit him like 4 times, it'll start going in down like maybe not even 10, like 5, 8 seconds, and it'll start going down. And that is so unbelievably bad for 2 reasons. Number 1, it goes down to 0, which means, say like you hit someone 4 times, all of a sudden you find that person maybe a minute or a half a minute later. Nothing. You've literally done no progress to that person. With Plague, you have some progress. With Huntress, you've at least taken a health state. And with Deathslinger, you've either applied a deep wound status effect, and you've also injured them. But with this killer, none of that has happened. So that's why he's so bad. And you can even lose laceration meter while in a chase, which is so unbelievably dumb. What else? So another thing I want to talk about is how to fix this. The way to fix this is super simple. I have 3 ways on how to fix this. Number 1, completely get rid of the whole laceration meter garbage and add knives. So like each knife you hit them with stays in them, right? So then, say you leave them over time, the knives, right, they have to pull out, which takes, I don't know, a second or 2. So then they have to waste time taking the knives out, and they have that effect that the twins had. I forgot what it was, but they basically can't do any action that's like progressing the game. So they can't heal, they can't do gens. The only thing they can do is vault and throw pallets down. It's the twins thing with Victor. Add that to the knives, that'd make him better. That's the first one. That's the first idea I had. The second one was decrease his laceration meters by 2 bars. So say he was at 7 laceration, right? So now with this rework with the laceration meter, it'll go down 2 bars, which means you fix the problem where your laceration meter goes all the way down to 0, and you fix the problem where you can 99 survivors. Now, a lot of people, specifically Scott Jund, is talking about, which he's another YouTuber, link in the description, which this guy is talking about why do knives disappear over time. They shouldn't disappear. They should stay. You should keep your laceration meter. And I find this super bad for the game. And then later they were going to make a video on how laceration meter is dumb. But I think the laceration meter going all the way down to 0 is bad, and how it's staying 99 is bad. So say you 99 every survivor, right? Say you hooked one of those survivors, and the last 3 are 99 with knives. Now say they're camping in a corner, healing. You have barbecue and chili. You go over there, and you find them. They're all 399 with your knives. All you have to do is just either pop main event or just start throwing those suckers. You've won the game. The only way they can possibly get out of that encounter is if they have a breakable, have a Kobe, or have a perk that gets them off the hook, or one of them wiggles off. Those are the only 3 scenarios. You literally win the game. And even if they're not all camped up in a corner, even if, say, one of them's on a generator, for example, and they're 99'd with the knives. So you see that survivor, right? And you're like, okay, he's not paying attention. He doesn't see me. So imagine you don't see the survivor. You're looking somewhere else. And you don't see the killer, right? You don't see the killer. You're looking somewhere else. And then he hits you with that one knife. You're already a health state away, right? But with Huntress, there is a sound notification when you pull up your hatchet and when you throw it. And there's a wind-up time. But with this killer, there is a wind-up time, but he can constantly throw knives. So even if you miss that first knife, all you have to do is just chuck them towards his direction, and he's just going to lose a health state. And that's why I think 99ing, making the laceration meter not decay, is so unbelievably broken. And so that's why I thought of the idea of making the laceration go down 2 bars, because then you counter the problem of people getting 99'd, and you counter the problem of their laceration going down all the way to 0. So then if it's like this, it's 3. Now they have to hit him 3 times, which will make 8. So if they're at 4, it'll go down to 2, which means you have to hit them 4 times, 5 times. And if it's at 4, you have to hit them 4 times. It's simple, right? It's simple. That would make it not broken, balanced, and not unbelievably broken on both sides. And I think that or the knives would be a really good idea. Or have him have the deep wound status effect. Oh, by the way, with the first one, the knives, where they pull out the knives, if he hits you again with the knives again, right? Those knives shatter, and if he hits you enough, you will go down. So there's that for the first idea, for the first one. The second one was the 2 bars. Oh, excuse me. The second one is main event. Now, main event, I've done this video like twice already. So talking about the main event is there's a simple, easy way on how to fix this. Either don't make him slow down at all, or just make him move faster. Now, I want you to look at the third line down. So you see where it says showstopper at the start. Then it says A, mesmerizing, skilled, honed, all that. Then showstopper again. Then start the trial with 60 blades. The line below that where it says while in the throw state. All right. Now there's a little bit in here, right, that tells you how bad he is. Okay, so look. It says while in throw state, tap the attack button to throw a single blade, or hold down the attack button to unleash a flurry of blades. Simple. Nothing suspicious yet. Throwing a flurry increases control. Show that clip again. So, from that clip, you obviously know that's a lie, or they straight up lied to you, or they just misspelled it, or reworded it wrong, which I'm guessing is the case. And throw rate increases control and throw rate. The throw rate's correct, while decreasing movement speed. Now. I want you to focus on the while decreasing movement speed. The way they worded this was correct. But what this is saying is so unbelievably dumb. Now, if you don't know, when you hold your knife out, I believe you get slower over time. Now, when it says you can throw a flurry of blades, you probably still move slower over time. So, say it said increase control. Say it said throw rate and decreases movement speed, right? Now, if it said and decreases movement speed, that technically means that they're saying it decreases your movement speed to a certain point. right? But since it's saying while decreasing, focus on that ing there, that's implying that it continuously slows down. Because if it said and decreases your movement speed, in my mind, at least in my mind, I'm thinking decreases movement speed, huh? So that means his speed gets decreased to a certain point. But since it says while decreasing, in my mind I'm thinking so it it constantly decreases your movement speed and decreases your movement speed. And Shot John's actually proven this if you look in the video, link in the description, and his channel as well. If you look in the video, he actually confirms this. And so that's another reason why main event sucks so much, because you constantly lose speed. So with main event, I'm gonna read the description real quick. Each blade hit fills the event meter. Once full, main event can be activated by pressing the ability button. On this mode, the trickster automatically throws unlimited amount of blades, which before in the PTB it was just I don't even talk about it. The trickster automatically throws unlimited blades for the duration of the main event. His throw rate is significantly increased, and his movement speed does not decrease after each throw. Now listen to that specifically. After each throw. So up here on that line where I was talking about while decreasing your movement speed. So basically this just said after each throw you get slower, right? So it says it. In this mode, the trickster automatically throws unlimited duration of main event blades. His throw rate is significantly increased. His movement speed does not decrease after each throw, which basically they're saying after each throw his movement speed gets slower and slower. So if you have, say you put on both extra blade add-ons and you just start throwing them, right? And then once you're at 0, you're probably going to be so slow that you can't even move. And I haven't tested that out, but it might happen. So basically, the way to fix main event is so simple. All you have to do is just fix the speed and it's fine. Because a lot of people are like, he has a wind-up time, then he has a cooldown time, which is dumb. But think about this, right? So say you're in a situation where you hit a survivor with your knife or knives, and now their health state's taken away. Now your main event activates, right? Now say your movement speed doesn't decrease; it just stays the same. Like I don't know. Okay, real quick, side, something to the side with sauce or something. Little side note. There you go. If they are gonna fix his, what is it, speed, I don't know if it should be his base 4.4 movement speed or what it's decreased to when he pulls up his knife. I don't know if it should go to 4.4 or if it just should stay where it was. But I'm guessing it would go to 4.4, so that's just me. So say you hit a survivor, right? And they're now a second health state. You have your main event. You're like, okay, I'll just gain a little bit of distance, and then I'll start unleashing my blades. But with the rework, with the buff, you don't need to do this. So then all you have to do is just pop it, and you just gain speed, right? You gain speed and get closer. That's good. So then there is a point of wind up, and there is a point of cooldown time. But right now, in the moment of this video being recorded and most likely released, having a wind up and a cooldown is just absolutely garbage. But if they fix the speed with main event and in general with his blades, then when you have a wind up, it would make sense because you gain speed while that's active, or you gain speed while that's active, and then after you're done throwing the knives, you get a cooldown after that. And say like there's another survivor gets in front of you, and you've already done the other survivor, and then you hit that survivor maybe a certain amount of times, maybe even take a health state away, using the knives. Well, then you have a cooldown, which means you don't get a double pick straight off the bat. Or straight up, like after you down someone else, which means you have a choice. You can either chase after them or hook the survivor. So that's why I think just fixing his speed would be fine, and keeping the wind up and the downtime would be fine. And I think that's about it actually for the for fixing his power. So if you just fix his power so where he two bars go down. Change his movement speed when he uses main event, or maybe in general when he uses knives, and fix the weird like side recoil thing he has, and or the strafing when he aims, and then you're fine. And then I think this killer will be decent. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed, please comment, like, subscribe, put in the comments what other ideas you have to fix this killer, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.